Wow. So I was reflecting back on 4 years ago, and in some ways it feels like we were just here yesterday. In other ways, man, the entire world has flipped upside down a few times since we were all together here. But it feels good, and it's great to see all of you here. At the start of this year, with the pandemic still raging, we weren't sure that we were even going to be on the ballot. I always envisioned us getting back to this point, but nothing was guaranteed earlier this year. It took a monumental lift by many dedicated volunteers just to give us a fighting chance. And together we collected more than double the amount of signatures required to get on the ballot. A lot of people, including the party establishment, tried to write off 2017 as a flash in the pan. It wasn't. We once again proved that a broad, diverse coalition that puts people over politics and consistently chooses to rise above can win. Syracuse, you picked optimism and hope for the future of this great city. You rejected the division that has infected politics elsewhere and has held us back here for far too long. And you chose working together to solve the challenges we face. So tonight, the grand experiment I spoke of on this night 4 years ago, to test whether or not we could set aside politics and work together to make policy that improves the lives of our city residents. To test whether we could shed our decades-old pessimism and affinity for the status quo and instead embrace the innovative, big-thinking, risk-taking, and progressive approach that defines the great cities of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, that experiment is working and is becoming a model that others will follow. There are so many people that I want to thank tonight that made this victory possible. I can't name them all, but I'm going to acknowledge some of our amazing rock stars that we have on our team. First, I want to acknowledge the amazing people of Syracuse City Government. We have the best employees in the nation, and it is their work and dedication that is driving our city's resurgence. I appreciate all that you do and know that I could not be here right now without all of you. I stand on your shoulders. For the campaign, we had a tireless and generous group of volunteers and supporters, more than I can name, but I want to acknowledge a few. On the petitioning and canvassing front, our ground game was strong, led by people like Ed Nano, Kathleen Gleason, John Black, Michael Collins, Ryan Miller, Tim O'Donnell, a.k.a. the chairman, Jim and Dee Dee Walsh, a.k.a. my parents, and our brothers and sisters in labor, including Monica Williams and her crew from SEIU, Mitch Latimer from the Carpenters, and Nick Butchko from IBEW. Thank you all for... They're testing me with this glass here. I want to also thank everyone that supported or hosted an event, including Stephanie Crockett and Matt Reed, Dominic and Janelle Robinson, Joe Bryant and Danny Clam, John and Meg Catanzarita, Laura Cueva, Calvin Corridors, Kathy Rosito, Maureen McCarthy, Tracy, Guy Hart, Darren Price, Ed and Pam Levine, and Sharon Washington, to name just a few. Thank you all so much. I want to thank my amazing crew. And when I say crew, it's actually an acronym. It stands for Committee to Re-elect Walsh. They have spent way too much time, more time than they have, at our campaign headquarters over the past number of months. They are in alphabetical order, last name first. Ruth Neongron, Stephanie Crockett, Rich Angle, Christy Frame, Barry Lentz, Mike Lasan, Greg Lowe, Rebecca McDonald, Kathy Murphy, Sharon Owens, Matt Reed, John Surotnik, Rob Simpson, and again, Jim and Dee Dee Walsh. Thank you all. I want to recognize my campaign manager. Where is he? For those of you that don't know Eric Knighton, he is one cool operator. As he tells us, he operates on one speed, one level. And for a campaign manager, you really can't ask for anything more. There are times when I was ready to fly out of my seat, and he's just sitting there. We're good. We got it. Now I know that you were right. We got it. Wasn't always so sure. But, you know, what I love about our team, both 4 years ago and today, we have so many people that have not been involved in politics. How many campaigns had you run before this one, Eric? Yeah, 0.